In the preceding video, we learned about participle phrases. That is, phrases that describe a noun. So phrases that work as adjectives. Gerund phrases are different. Well, they are a phrase that functions as a noun. They are the actual noun itself. They're not describing a noun. They don't function as an adjective, so they function as a noun. And of course, gerund phrases use the gerund, the ing verb. No surprise there. So let's actually see, what does it mean for a phrase that begins with a gerund to serve as a noun? A, listening to Mozart helps our brains think more efficiently. Well, what's the subject here? What helps our brains think more efficiently? Is it Mozart? Does Mozart come over with his white wig on and start playing the piano and say, hey, look at me, I'm making your brain more efficient? No. Does listening help our brains think more efficiently? So if we listen to some very strange music, some headbanging heavy metal music, is that what this sentence is saying? Nope. It's saying specifically listening to Mozart. And so this is a subject, and it is a gerund phrase. Notice how it begins with ing. And so you can see that now we have a subject. Serves as a noun phrase. It's the subject. Here's our verb, and then the rest of the sentence. And so everything is fine. And now let's look at B and see what the difference is. Listening to Mozart, comma, Kelly worked through a set of math problems. Now, notice the comma. And if you just came from watching the participle phrases, you should say, hey, I know this. We're describing Kelly. There's a comma behind here. And we're describing her. That's obviously an adjective clause going on. And it begins with a gerund. So guess what? We're dealing with a participle phrase. And notice how it's very different. This is not a subject in of itself. You couldn't say listening to Mozart, comma, work through a set of math problems. That would actually be an example of a dangling participle, which you can learn about later. That's a video coming up soon. And that's not what we're going for here. We, of course, need a subject. That subject is Kelly. And so when the gerund phrase is not the subject and it functions as an adjective, it is, of course, a participle phrase. But when it functions as a subject, listening to Mozart, then we know we are dealing with a gerund phrase. So let's see if you got that. Well, C. It doesn't look too difficult. He likes swimming in freshwater lakes. The key here is that the gerund phrase is not coming as part of the subject. It's coming as part of the object of the sentence, but it is still part of this noun phrase. He likes doing something. What thing? What noun does he like doing? He likes swimming in freshwater lakes. And so you can see we're dealing with a gerund phrase. I'm going to put GP there for gerund phrase. Now, the monster, roar, look how long that is, D. What I want to do, or what you should do, is pause the video and see if you can figure out where the gerund phrases are and where the participle phrases are, because this sentence has a few of them. Okay, so assuming you pause the video, let's start with cooking. Cooking without any recipes is difficult for most. Here's the verb. What is difficult for most? Not just cooking, but cooking without any recipes. This thing, the subject. So we know we are dealing with a gerund phrase. Though Dexter, comma, using his natural sense of proportion. Who is using his natural sense of proportion? Aha, this phrase is describing Dexter. It is an adjective. Therefore, it is a participle phrase. I'm going to put a PP for participle phrase. And we're going to keep reading on. Dexter is adept at whipping together something on the fly. He's good at doing something. What is he good at? What thing is he good at? Whipping together. So you can see that this noun phrase is our gerund phrase because it functions as a noun, unlike using his natural sense of proportion, which describes Dexter and therefore is a participle phrase. Whipping together something on the fly is the object here of the sentence. It is a gerund phrase, and the sentence's subject also is a gerund phrase, and of course in the middle we have that participle phrase. So if you got that at home first time around, you've definitely nailed it. If not, go back, watch the videos again, and you may also want to watch the videos on dangling participles.